Hello everyone, welcome to the next video on Codular app development. In this video, you're going to learn about how to implement a switch case in Codular. Generally, we do have if-else block and else-if block, everything we have, but switch case component is not available in Codular. So let's get started with switch case using if-else block and using Firebase. So let's get into the video. So this is the Codular app development, guys. This is the Codular and this is my screen, and in this screen I have used a vertical scroll arrangement. In that I have used a vertical arrangement, I have used a space and a horizontal arrangement, and I have used here a reload. I have used a material icon in a label, so this is called this is reload button. So this is also a space, and this is a switch label. I have named it as a switch label. Why I have named, I will tell you later. These are the three labels. In these three labels we are going to execute the cases, switch case, and this is a Firebase component. I have given my token and I have given my test URL here, and this is a clock component. I have disabled timer always fires, and I have given a timer enabled with 1 second gap, that is 1 second. So these are the components I have taken to implement a switch case. Why I have used this Firebase and clock, everything I'll explain in detail. So let's get into the block section. So these are the blocks, guys, for switch case. I'm getting generally what is meant by switch case. Switch case in the sense there will be expression or value. For that expression or value you need to call a case number. For suppose I have an example here. Look at this screenshot. This is a screenshot of switch case. In this switch expression or value, you can give an expression or string value or a value. You can give a string or a value. If the string or value matches with the case name or case value, then it will execute all the statements in the case and it will break the switch loop. So this is how the switch case works. If any case didn't work, if any expression is not compared with any case here, then this default statements will be executed and it will exit from the switch loop. So this is how the switch case works. So this is we are gonna implement this in this video. So first of all we need to give a value, that is switch value. Here I have mentioned a switch label. In this we will get a switch value. For this switch value I am giving this switch value in Firebase. So I have given, this is a test database, I have given a tag called as switch here, and this is a tag name, this is a project bucket switch, and this is the tag name, and this is the value. I have given here three cases, case 1, case 2 and case 3. Case 1 is value is 1, case 2 value is 2, and case 3 value is 3. So if we give here 1, then it will execute case 1 statements. If you give 2, it will execute case 2, and if you give 3, it will execute case 3 statements. If you didn't give any value, if you give any value except these 1, 2, 3, it will go to default state. If it is 1, 2, 3, it will go to cases. Otherwise, if it is 0 or 5 or 6, it will execute the default statements. So that's the usage of switch case. So why do I need this clock component. Clock means it will trigger for every 1 second. So every 1 second I used to get the Firebase value here. So it will automatically get the value and it will execute, it will execute which tag is there and which cases to be executed, which statements should be executed. That's why I kept the clock component here. Through the clock component you can fetch the value from Firebase you have given, and you can execute what are the statements necessary. And this clock timer enabled equal to false, in the sense it works like a break statement. Clock means if clock is enabled, it will run every second. Every second the clock will be running. So you need to break the clock. So you need to set the timer enabled equal to false. Here you gave a break statement, right? So this break statement will be worked as timer enabled equal to false. So it will come out of the clock loop. So likewise, if we break uses to come out of the switch loop, here clock enabled equal to false will come out of the clock loop. So it will not get any values from Firebase. If you remove this clock timer enabled, it will automatically retrieving value for every 1 second, and it will be automatically, if you change the value here too, it will automatically reflect in 1 second. Let's get into the video now. Let's get into the execution part. So in reload I have given a timer enabled equal to true. If you reload this button, if you click on this reload, it will enable the timer and it will again fetch the values from the Firebase. So this is how it works. So let's test this app, guys. This is a companion, and I'm opening my companion. Okay. So guys, here I have given default as a switch case as a 1, so it has executed the case 1 and it came out of the loop. Let us see. If you give case 3, I have given switch case as case 3, and just see. So after executing case 1, it came out of the loop. It has braked the switch. So just reload. If you reload, it will automatically execute case 3 executed. So if you remove this, see, I will remove this clock of case 2 and I will give here if you remove any case, I will remove everything. Let us see what happens. I have given a case 2, so case 2 executed. Now see, I will give case 1, so it is automatically reflecting. Without reloading, it will automatically reflect. If I give case 3, it will automatically execute the case 3. If you remove the timer enabled, it will enabled equal to false, it will automatically reflect. If you give 0, we don't give 0 value here. 1, 2, 3 are the values. So see, 0 default case is executed. So this is what the default case I have given. Label 2, label 3, label 4 as default, and timer switch enabled equal to false. So the timer enabled is false, so it came out of the loop. So if you give here case 1 also, then it will not work. See, so it is not working. After clicking on reload button only it will work. See, case 1 executed. This is how switch case works in Codular. You can use this switch case in if you are using so many screens, if you want to switch on one button click, you want to switch multiple screens, so you can use this. If you want to switch one screen at if you want to switch multiple screens with one button click, on that button click, if you want to go to another screen when time is necessary, I mean which time is necessary, so at that time if you change the value here, it will go to that particular screen using the switch case. And you can use this in many ways, guys, this switch case statement. So if you like this video, just click on like button and share this video and comment us on below if you have any queries. So thank you guys, have a good day.